Hey guys, Dazanar here at the ranch. Love this place. It's always a good walk. Great clouds. Just had the tropical storm, hurricane blow through. Beautiful wind. I'm not sure if it's messing up the audio. I haven't checked on the last video. We'll see. If so, today's videos will be scrapped, but yeah. You guys are probably like bored of mushroom content, I imagine. So I'll just talk to you about dark matter. How about that? What do you guys think dark matter is? Because scientists, they don't know how to use their imagination. If you've noticed, they've known about dark matter for many decades and they've got no clue, and they won't even try and make a decent assumption of what it could be besides some sort of particle. Right? They don't know. It's so sad to see science kind of like stuck in its own like procedural grippings, that the scientific community can't use their imagination to try and connect the dots and just give some ideas for what it might be to kind of maybe increase the possibility range a little bit more, you know, because all they're focusing on is that it's got to be particles that just don't interact with matter, and that's all they leave it at. What do I think it is, though? I've thought about it for a long time, and I don't know what it is, right? I don't have a physics degree, but I have studied physics like for a long time because I loved it. Ever since I took my first physics class in college, I was like, oh, this stuff is really beautiful. It's like really hard because math isn't my forte, but this is the everything. So I got really into cosmology and the stars and physics, and I don't have the answers, but like I can use my imagination, which is what I've done. I've used my imagination over the years and tried to figure out what it could be. I don't have the answers, but what if we have some possibilities that I would like to throw out there? One, possibly aliens, right? And another would be possibly a dark black holes generate it, possibly. And another idea would be that it's just this kind of like cosmic phenomena from the early universe that is kind of like embedded into the code of the universe or something along those lines too. So before I talk about what these theories might be, because I can't really delve into the last one very much, it's just like a possibility that it's just written into like whatever our dimensions are. But what dark matter seems to do is, we know that the universe has matter and stuff. You and me, we're made up of atoms. These atoms are made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons, which are made up of smaller quark particles and stuff like that. But most of this matter is empty space, all in that. And when you zoom out to the galactic scale, they found that the amount of matter that they could predict through their telescopic surveys, so they could see stars and count like this is how much gas and matter and these gas clouds they could estimate. They found that the stars in galaxies should be spinning incredibly faster, like because there isn't enough matter and gravity in that matter to keep those galaxies spinning and held together as tightly as they seem in reality, as they look in reality. But in the predictions, they should be spitting out just really fast, moving really fast. Sorry for the wind. And they theorize that there is extra matter in the universe, and to make this work, there is about 25%, no, that's in the total scale of dark energy matter, and there's about 5 times more matter than there dark matter than there is matter. 5 times more dark matter than there is matter. So in the total scale of the universe, you might have heard this, that dark energy accounts for like 75% of it, and dark matter is like 20%, and then matter is like 4%. So matter is only a small fraction of this universe, and when you put that into our equations, everything kind of fits into place, and it's like, okay, this is what would make stars move at the speeds that we actually see. So we can detect that there's dark matter, something that is giving extra mass and gravity to the universe, and we can detect it through gravitational lensing and all these other scientific means of looking into space and our own galaxy and other galaxies, dwarf galaxies, and the such. But what does it do? So it kind of, like I said, it kind of keeps stability among the matter. It keeps the matter stable, because if the matter did not have this dark matter, we wouldn't be clumped together in galaxies. Gas wouldn't be forming down the way it does to make stars. It would have all dispersed way long ago in the history of the universe. Like, galaxies, the way that we see them, wouldn't exist. And that probably means that life itself wouldn't exist. For whatever reason, because there wouldn't be enough stars making the amount of elements that are needed in the right quantities. Like, we came about very, very rarely in this universe. Like, it was in the multiverse of things, this is one of those rare universes, I believe, that like had the sweet spot and made life. Other people think the opposite, that the multiverses have a plethora of life. I don't know. I don't freaking know. But that dark matter kind of kept it all together so that it could do this life thing, or that it could do this thing, right? That's what it seems like dark matter does. And the science community won't necessarily say that, but they would tell you without dark matter, yeah, the stars would have flung apart. So what does that mean dark matter is? Well, like, it could be some cosmic phenomena that was there from the beginning of the universe, and the science community still hasn't figured it out. Or it could be the missing piece to where have all the aliens gone? Why can't we see aliens? We look around, we don't see any species that are colonizing the stars and colonizing galaxies. Why don't we see this? And when you look at the astronomical or a cosmological philosophy field, the metaphysics field, people wonder that, like, where are the alien civilizations? Why don't we see these civilizations that have conquered entire galaxies by now? Because the universe is billions of years old. We couldn't possibly be the first species to do it. So it's possible that species did colonize the early universe, and that they're dark matter themselves, and they wanted to disguise themselves from lower dimensional beings at that point, and their technology was so far advanced that they could disguise themselves, but maybe they didn't necessarily want, or were not possible to completely abandon this universe. Probably they didn't want to, because it seems like dark matter holds the universe together as it is. So, you know, maybe it's alien technology that we just can't recognize yet, and it's there because the aliens, gods, the fucking dimensional beings above us, want there to be life of some sort, right? And then dark energy would probably be one of the opposite, so probably not our friends. Was the other possibility? Yeah, maybe Maybe it is particles. Maybe our black holes literally emit them, right? Maybe like our black holes generate small bits of dark matter that can accumulate over time. And I always thought that was a peculiar possibility, because I had a psychedelic experience once where I was looking up in the night sky and I saw a very, very dark orb with, like, it looked like an accretion disk around it, and it was just kind of rotating around and doing its thing. And I just watched it for like 15 minutes, guys, and this thing was just going around the sky and leaving a blob, and then moving to another small section, then leaving a blob behind, going to a small section, leaving a blob behind, and another, and it was leaving all these like dark patches behind that you really couldn't see afterwards, but like you could see it making that. And I was like, even then my mind was like, is that dark? Is that a black hole? Is that like, what the, you know? So that's, you know, one possibility. But it's probably possible, very possible, that it's just some cosmological phenomena that's tied to the universe itself, because it seems like galaxies or matter at the start of the universe was clumped into very peculiar areas that might have been the dark matter itself, and that these dark matter clumps, the very densest ones, probably produced the first black holes, or supermassive black holes, because they accumulated the most matter as fast as possible in the universe, because matter is attracted to this, because matter is only attracted to dark matter by gravity, so it quickly just gets drawn to the only actual gravity sources in the universe at the very early start, and makes these supermassive black holes. And what you see around the universe, the galaxies, are actually matter clumps that were lucky and fortunate enough to have been around a dark matter source earlier on in their creation, and maybe possibly even accreted semi-permanently that dark matter to itself when it left the dark matter, like their veils and veins. You can kind of see them in the cosmic web, all those like brain tubules, neuron veins and shit, that's held together by like dark matter. I don't know what's held together by in the brain, but out in space, that is held by mutual gravitation of the galaxies and dark matter itself. So what do you guys think dark matter is? Do you have any peculiar ideas of what it could be? Because the science community is just like, it's just particles, and we don't know. And they refuse to even ponder different hypotheses. Hypothesis. Yeah. Anyways, I wonder if this is just too windy and you didn't hear anything, but we'll see. Peace.